sweet blessings from the airwaves, guiding all through endless days. And our brothers speaking bright her words, a shining light, tuning in each day, darling.
Good evening, and welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. So I'm Anna, your host. I am an author, an educational consultant. I'm a retired school teacher, a jury consultant, and I dibble and dabble a little bit in health and wellness. I'm also a certified cake instructor. So I bring to you, to the table, a wealth of knowledge and experience to our conversation. So each episode, we delve into, or we delve and dive. we we dive into topics that will enrich our lives. We go from educational and personal development to health and wellness. And of course, I can't leave out the art of jury. And so I do this by providing speakers, and I provide knowledge, and I provide workshops. So I just ask you to join me as we explore the inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical advice to help you live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. So I want to thank you again for tuning in to Sweet Blessings, where every conversation is a treasure. So let's get started. We're going to break for a commercial, and then we're going to come right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. While we were out, we had a few comments that came in, and so I just wanted to make sure that I gave them the recognition, and also to thank them so much for coming on and participating in the Sweet Blessings of Anna L. Brothers show and podcast. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. You know I got some notes and stuff like that, y'all. You know I do. So again, hello and welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers show and podcast. And you know, I'm your host, and today we're beginning a brand new series called Blessed, but Still Becoming. So, this series is for the people who know God has been good. And I know you hear that all the time because you'll hear people say God is good. And people will say what? All the time. Okay? But also knows that there's still growth happening. Okay? So there's still growth happening, even though we know that God is good all the time. This episode is for the ones who are grateful but still learning. I'm hoping that people don't ever stop learning. Even though I'm a retired school teacher, I learn something every day. Every day. And I sometimes I just make it a point of learning something every day. Because you still need to grow. It doesn't matter how big it is, because this can be something simple. Okay? I'm gonna tell y'all, I just learned how to tap. You know, with the reader, y'all. I don't mean like that. You know, you go to the store and you tap because it's got the little thing on it. But I can also tap. I just learned how to use my Apple. I don't laugh. I just learned how to use that. And unfortunately, I was forced to learn it. But I learned. And my daughter says, "Oh no, you're gonna be tapping away." But I hopefully not. Hopefully not. So this episode is for the one who is grateful but still learning, faithful but still healing, blessed but still becoming. And if that's you, guess what? You're in the right place. Okay? So, I got a little presentation here. Let me bring it up. Blessed but still becoming me. I'm getting all kind of comments. I wonder if I can show them you all. I mean, actually, you see them in the thing, but let me see. Yeah, that's Larry. He said hi. And then Tyson said okay. And then Larry comes back and says, I don't know, at Y-O. You all, I'm not, my daughter is more attuned to the abbreviations and what they mean. I am really not into the, oh, he's saying okay. Okay. And then we have your charming blood. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay. So, from time to time, I will put some of the comments on that some of the people are saying. But we're going to go ahead and get into blessed but still becoming me, because that's important. And I think that even though you're blessed, as long as you're still becoming me, you're going to stay blessed. And that's just how it is. So episode 1 is entitled Blessed but Still Becoming Me. Because one of the hardest things that we can do is give ourselves permission to be in process. you'll hear me say I'm a work in process, because that's what I am. I am a work in process. I might not ever get to what I'm supposed to be, but I'm working hard to do that. Somewhere along the way, we started believing that if we're blessed, we should already have it all together. But growth doesn't cancel gratitude, and becoming doesn't mean you failed. Let's move on. Oh, you're going to freak out. So that's basically what our episodes are going to be about tonight. I'm going to be talking about those little topics there that I just said to you, and we're going to look at the different aspects of it. So the first thing, we're going to take another brief commercial, and then when I come back, we're going to talk a little about the story or the personal reflection that we might have. Okay, and this is just things. Let's be honest. You got to be honest with yourself. So I'm not asking you to post any of things, but just to think about them. Okay, these are some things that you just possibly need to think about. I do want to let you know that I do. You just saw the commercial. That commercial before was on jewelry, and I do jewelry also. So I did want to you can put I go live, really and truly, on Facebook and on my personal profile. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about that, or seeing that, you can go there. I go live on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday there. And I also have jewelry on my website. This is my website, among other things. So while you're there, just look around. Anna's Lifestyle LLC. And if you need to contact me in any way, this is my email, info@annaslifestylellc.com. Give me a few days. I'm doing quite a bit, but I will get back to you. And I just want to let you all know that I am truly, truly looking for people who are interested in advertising or sponsoring, or even being a guest on my show. And you can always contact me with that at info@Anna's Lifestyle LLC. We do it all. Advertising, sponsors, commercials, guest slots. Okay, so let's don't let me forget to tell you to always subscribe. I always forget that. So make sure that you subscribe to all. Well, I'm going to put it like this: like, share, follow, and subscribe to all of my social media platforms. You know what? I always forget to say that. So I want to make sure that you all will help me out in that respect, whether you on Facebook or whatever. But if you're on Facebook, I do, you can help me out with Facebook.com stars as well. All right, let's take that commercial. I just had my commercial.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Anna. I'm the host of Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a fulfilling and blessed lifestyle. So as we went to commercial, I told you when we came back, we're going to do a little story or a little personal reflection. And it's just not me doing the personal reflection. I want you to do that personal reflection as well. This is just be honest with yourself. And sometimes it's just so hard to be honest with ourselves, y'all. But just be honest with yourself about your personal reflection. And keep in mind that these are just, moments or things that I'm trying to get you, to think about. That's all, just to think about. So there are seasons where I look at my life and say, God, thank you. I know I'm blessed. Remember that we're doing story, personal reflections right now. These are things that you need to reflect on. And I know for a fact, I've said this. Oh, God, thank you. I know I'm blessed. But then I add something to it. Do you? Am I the only one that does that? Okay. So I know I do this, and I know that, and then I feel guilty. Lord, I know I'm blessed, but I really shouldn't be asking for this. Okay? But I've learned that it's okay. I might get it, and I might not. Because you'll never know when God's going to work. He works in mysterious ways. And, he don't always come when you want him to come. Okay? He comes when he wants to come. I've learned that as well. So never, ever, ever, ever give up hope. So, and then there are moments where I whisper. I'm still, Lord, I'm still figuring this one out. Have you ever been in that situation where you're still trying to figure something out? I'm in that situation all the time. And it doesn't have to be a life situation. I mean, sometimes I'm doing some of my hobbies and stuff, and I said, my God, I got to figure this out. It really makes me, I got to think. Makes me think. Still learning how to rest without guilt. And I did a whole, it was part of my beginning of the year series on resting. Because resting is important. And I kind of tried to show how resting is done also in the Bible. Even in the first Genesis, on the seventh day, they rested. So there's a lot of resting going on. And it's okay to rest. So still learning how to say no without explaining. I did something on that too, which I told you that is one of my weaknesses. I have a hard time saying no, but I'm getting better at it. I'm really getting better at it, as my granddaughters would say. Oh, Lord, and I'm still learning how to trust God's timing. Isn't that what I just said a few minutes ago? He doesn't come when you want him to come. He comes when he sees there's a need to be there. So you just got to trust his timing, especially when you feel behind. You just got to test it. Test it and trust it. Okay? Trust his timing. He hasn't failed me yet. And sometimes I'm even shocked. I'm not going to lie, I'm shocked. Blessings come to me every day, y'all. And I'm shocked. Just out the clear blue sky. You know? And I'm thankful and I'm grateful. And that's why I'm on here, trying to inspire, encourage, and empower you to live that blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. Is it going to always be perfect? No way. No way. But God gently reminds me, becoming takes time. Let me repeat that. God gently reminds me that becoming takes time. And time is not wasted when I'm walking with Him. Oh, I got to repeat all of that over. God gently reminds me, becoming takes time, y'all. And time is not wasted when I'm walking with Him. Just remember that. You see, becoming means refesting who I thought I had. Now, let me go back. I don't know how I got an F in that. But becoming means releasing what I thought I had to be. I'm going to repeat that. Becoming means releasing what I thought I had to be. Have you all ever thought you had to be something? Have you ever thought that you had to do this a certain way so people would like you? I don't care what people like me or not. Well, you know, I've reached that. You know, when you reach a certain age, you get that wisdom. You know, because people gonna like you whether, you know, they can look at you and not even like your what you're wearing. They don't like your eyes. You know, people that's funny. I don't know why they're like that, but anyway, I try not to be like that. I try to live by grace because grace is very, very important to me. And so I just have to say that one time. Becoming means releasing who I thought I had to be and embracing who God is shaping me into. Because what you think might not be what God has in store for you. And I'm going to tell you a perfect example. I taught cake decorating for over 20 years, along with teaching regular school. You know, I was fortunate to be able to do that. But do you know, I never thought I would be doing something like that. That is something that I feel God placed there for me. And I still do things. They don't have the classes in the, you know, the stores anymore. But I'm still affiliated with that company. I build a relationship with them. And I was hired out, you know, for different stores. As well as I'm a consultant for the state. I help daycares get their national accreditation. I also am a Illinois Network appraisal. And a lot of people don't even know what that is. But what it is I look at those people who give workshops for daycares. And I critique them. Make sure that they're doing the proper things that they're supposed to do for the state. That I do those type of things. But never in my life I lucked upon that as well. Things, you know, like I said, God places you places that you never would ever even visualize. So accept your gifts, accept your blessings, because I also believe that we are here, for a purpose. So when we look at faith, let me go back to up here, because there's some faith insights into this. So Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, not a rush. This is faith. It's not a race. It's not a season. If you're becoming, you are not late. You're right on time. If you are becoming, you're not late. You're right on time. God is not disappointed in your process. He's present. He's present, He's present in it. I got present present on my mind, but he's present in it. God is not disappointed in your process. He's present in it. You're the one that's putting all of those stipulations on you, not God. God loves you no matter. We all should know that by now. It doesn't matter whether you're good, bad, ugly, happy, pretty. God loves you no matter. And we serve a forgiving God. So let's move on. Hold on. So, still becoming moments. I always ask myself, here's what I'm still becoming. I'm becoming someone who celebrates progress, even when it's quiet. It doesn't have to be loud and boisterous. I can celebrate progress when it's quiet. I'm becoming someone who honors growth, even when it's uncomfortable. And I'm becoming someone who believes that God's work in me is just as important as what He's doing through me. 3 very important points. And I really like that last one. I like them all, but I'm becoming someone who believes that God works in me is just as important as what He's doing through me. Just beautifully said. So let's look. Let's take another commercial. Just I want to give you one more. No, I want to take a commercial here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about guided reflections, slow, intentional paces that we can take. I'm hoping that you're enjoying this because we all are blessed in some type of way. Okay, but we're still evolving, and that's what this is all about. You can be blessed, but you can still evolve. Okay, so let's take that commercial. I'm going to be right back. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. And that was Soul Lady Wigs. You know, they are one of my affiliates. I love their wigs. They're 100% human hair wigs, and they're custom made. You can have them custom made for you. I always tell people, yes, maybe they are a little pricey, but you know what? You have to pay for quality, and these are quality wigs. So you've seen me on some of my videos and things with the wigs on. Sometimes I don't wear them when I wear them when I'm doing my podcast, but sometimes I don't because I have hot flashes, y'all. So we have another comment where Rushmar Jake said hello. So I always want to give those people their just recognition, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. So when we went to commercial, we were talking about still becoming moments. And so these were a couple of three of my still becoming moments. And you have to think of your still becoming moments because we're all different. And so therefore, because we're all different, we're going to have different becoming moments. So let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit about guided reflection. So we're going to pause a little bit here. That's why you don't see me have anything up there. It's just guided reflection. And we're going to ask ourselves, and I'm telling you, you don't have to answer this out loud. Just be honest with yourself. Growth doesn't need an audience. It needs obedience. Growth doesn't need an audience. It needs obedience. So remember that. Remember that that's what growth is. We want to remember also what becoming is. So we're letting ourselves know that we can also be blessed, okay, but we also are still becoming. So that's important. All right. So I think, let's see. I want to give you all some closing blessings. Okay. And once I give you these closing blessings, then we are going to break for a commercial. And then we're going to come back. I'm looking for something as you can see. And then we are going to come back and I'm going to say thank you. Okay. So let me go back. These are my closing blessings. You don't have to brush your becomings. You don't have to rush your becomings. You don't have to compare your journey with somebody else. Remember what I just told you? That all of our journeys are different. So therefore, our becomings will be different. You don't have to prove your blessings. You are becoming on purpose with grace and with God. And that's more than enough. That's more than enough. So let's take the last commercial of the evening, and we'll come back and I'll say thank you.
Here's why you need to tune in right now. With CTR Media Network, you can transform your knowledge into a fully produced TV show. Imagine your content streaming on platforms like Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire TV, reaching over 350 million households in 140 countries. We take care of everything, from managing your ready-to-go content to global distribution. And it's not just any content, it's edutainment, a perfect blend of education and entertainment that keeps viewers coming back for more. You'll join a vibrant community of thought leaders, podcasters, and educators, all sharing a passion for impactful content and global reach. Plus, with our app available on Google Play and the App Store, your show will be accessible to millions more, ready to shine on the global stage. Let's get you started. Schedule a 15-minute call with us today and turn your idea into a TV sensation. Reply to this video by saying, "I want to learn more." Don't wait, your audience is out there waiting.
All right. Welcome back. To Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. So glad. Just want to say thank you for attending this program as much, and I'm hoping that the knowledge that I'm portraying to you is helpful in helping you to live a blessed and fulfilling life. So with that being said, I'm hoping that this episode here inspired you. I'm hoping that this episode encouraged you. I'm also hoping that this episode empowered you to live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. Because we are all blessed, but we're still becoming me. So I want to thank you again, because I always tell people you have a choice and you chose me this evening. And so with that, I'm going to say thank you. And I always close my shows out with the 3 L's, So I'm going to tell you about those right now. The first L is to live. And that means live your life, y'all. Live your life to the fullest. Life is short. So you want to make sure that you do those things that makes you happy. The second thing is to laugh. Laughter is so important. So make sure that you bring laughter into your life and also to others. Make sure you're showing that act of kindness as well. And then the last thing is love. Love yourself. Self-love. I love everybody, but love yourself. Sometimes we love everybody and don't love ourselves. So I want to encourage you to do self-love, because self-love is so important. Pat yourself on your back. Give yourself the praise if no one else does. Remember that. And so, with that being said, I want you to stay blessed until next time, because next time I'll be on. And, I will also be having, even though I'll be doing this series, I will also be having guests coming on in between, in the series. So stay tuned. I still have my ebook coming out for Gratitude in Motion. I'm still working on it. I want to be kind of cute. So that, and the other 2 books that I did, ebooks that I published, you can get them on. Let me see if I can show you that real quick, because it's called PayHip. Here. It's called payhip.com, Sweet Blessings, and you can go there. They're only $5. You can go there and get those books, ebooks, but they're very good for personal development and keeping things, going and everything. So it has helped me. Over the years, I tell people my story, Most people don't know that I had a health coach who coached me. People don't know that I weighed 180 some pounds. I'm way back from all of that. So it's been a journey for me. So I always get on sometimes and tell my story. So be blessed, and I will see you next week. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Well, oh, I know what it needs. Sorry, y'all. Well, I wanted to give a few accolades, but I'm having a little technical, but I'm still going to do it. I do want to add my sponsors here. I don't know why it's not letting me play my out music for this, because I usually do that. So these are my sponsors, as I do have one other sponsors that I do need to add to this. So if I get time, I will do that as well. And I also want to give a shout out to my granddaughter, who does the violin music that you hear on here. She developed that little chord or whatever for it, and I just love it. For that, she is a violinist, accomplished violinist. I'm so proud to say that. So normally I don't say these things because I'm able to play my retro, but somehow or another, it is doing its own thing. So I will just go ahead on. I'm hoping I can get out of here, out of this. So we have a little problem sometimes. So
Sweet blessings from the airwaves, guiding all through endless days.